Captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
Yes, sir. Thursday, baby. The Sweet 16. The madness continues. Man, last weekend felt unreal. Uh, Still recovering from last weekend. Came down with a little bug. Man, I swear it feels like the homie that came through didn't even come through. The boy was here and gone. Stayed 7 days. We had a blast watching all the games. This weekend is always where it usually has the best games. To me, this is the most underrated weekend of the entire madness. It's the Sweet 16, baby. Every single one of these games on this slate could go either way. I've been thinking personally about doing some wild stuff, and I need to clean my desk up. It's still a mess from the madness. I thought about taking all underdog money lines today and tomorrow. Not that I think all of them are going to be profitable. However, I can see 5 out of 8 of these games being won by the underdog money line straight out. I'm not saying which 5. I think all 8 have a very good possibility to win. So I'm thinking it'll be an underdog Thursday and Friday at least. We'll definitely dive in a wee bit more throughout the rest of this show. You're listening to Captain by a Hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dives. Sorry for my absence yesterday and Monday. Man, I caught a little bug around Sunday. Just kind of been feeling like the S word, if you know what I mean. I feel like I could sleep all day. Yesterday I tried to get a little extra sleep, rested up. Today I have forced myself to jump in to the chamber. The chamber of... I don't even know. Never really watched. Harry Potter, 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 Potter. Tonight, man. Before I get into those games tonight, before I get into tomorrow's games, I want to shout out a few players. And by players, I mean players. I want to shout out a few coaches. Switching jobs, upgrading their job status. First, I want to shout out Rick Pitino, baby. Getting back in that Cardinal red. St. John's, I think it's a little brighter than Cardinal. It's more of a scarlet? Nah. I don't know, man. Rick Pitino is coaching the St. John basketball program. Historic program, historic coach. I think this is a great place for your boy Rick Pitino to go ahead and finish out his illustrious career. And I don't mean like over the next 2-3 years. I think he can put up another 10 seasons. Have a nice little stint at St. John's over there in the Big East. to end his coaching career and walk off into the sunset. Yes, Iona is a great program, great mid-major, great small school. However, at St. John's, within 2 or 3 years, Rick Pitino can, I'm sure, get this program where he wants to get this program on a level of Louisville that he had, or even before Louisville. Some of the stops that he has, excuse me, made throughout his career. Always been a big Rick Pitino fan and will definitely be rooting for, I want to say, the Red Raiders. Just don't sound right. Now I gotta look it up. You talked me into it. It's the Red Storm. I knew the Raiders wasn't gravy. Yes, sir. St. John was 8th place in the Big East this season. It's not good. It's not good at all. Another Big East coaching change. I love this one for sure. Give me Ed Cooley, man. Has done amazing things. Excuse me. Darn it. Has done amazing things at Providence over the last decade. Sorry, I just want to curl up in a ball and go back to bed. Ed Cooley, last decade at Providence has been absolutely phenomenal. What he's accomplished at such a small school, a bunch of first round, second round victories, few Sweet 16 appearances. He's always had the Providence over the last decade that he's been there, and even a little longer. I don't know the exact number that he's been there, but I know for sure over the last decade he has brought that program to a place it has never reached in my lifetime, I would say. And I think Georgetown to give him the opportunity to recruit a little better. Like, I'm not saying no slights to Providence, but Georgetown has that winning championship culture, championship history, that winning pedigree. You know? I think he can get a lot better quality. Yikes! Of players just to answer the phone because of the Georgetown moniker. Looking forward to see what Ed Cooley does at Georgetown. Congratulations to him. And shout out to the moves he's made, man. I'm sure it's a tough decision to go from Providence to Big East and coach Georgetown, a team that'll probably play Providence 2 or 3 times a season as long as he is tenured there. So shout out to him though, man. Georgetown is, like I said, a prestigious job. I'm surprised Patrick Ewing could not get that program turned around, if you will. Disappointing, depressing, beautiful years to watch at Georgetown as a Syracuse fan. I will say that. Shout out to Patrick Ewing. It's about to call him Patrick Mahomes. I'm a Knicks fan, so shout out Patrick Ewing. It's all okay that you've been a loser your whole career. We still love you, Patty Pat. And now replacing Rick Pitino at Iona, you have Tobin Anderson, who enamored the country over this past weekend with Fairleigh Dickinson's run. I will say thank you, Tobin Anderson. Took you at plus 130 in the play-in game. A cha-ching. Should have took the money line against Purdue. I will regret that. for the next 20 minutes. Who cares? Took the plus 23 against Purdue. Of course, obviously they won outright. Second 16 seed in the history. And then I had the spread against Florida Atlantic, which they barely kept. They covered by about 4. Maybe it was like 7. I don't know. I think I had them 15. They lost by 10. Something like that. I will say this about Tobin Anderson, moving on to Iona. Not only is you feeling a legend shoes in Ricky P, and the P stands for Patino. You're also jumping into the Big C. Now, there's an old saying. You're a huge fish in a little pond. You need to go out there in that ocean, baby. See if you're a big fish out there. Or if they're going to send you waddling back like the little fish that you are to be the big fish of a small pond. So, we about to see, man. Tobin Anderson, this could be his coming out party. Snap. I mean, for the rest of his life, he'll have that history. He'll have that second 16 seed to ever win a game in the first round. Nobody ever be able to take that away from him. But I don't know if this is like his coming out party, stepping up to the plate, about to hit a grand salami, or if this is like his accumulation of all the years grinding, finally showing a little glimmer of success. Never to be reached again. See, he might swim out there to that big ocean. Get 8. Let's move on to tonight's games. Sweet 16. Dancing. Yeah. All right, we have the Sweet 16 tonight. The first game to kick off the day. I've been trying to get this number all weekend. I've been trying to get this team, the Spartans of Michigan State, at a plus money. All I hear about from the public and the media and the world via radio and Twitter and podcasts and everything that I consume about sports and sports gambling. Michigan State is supposed to be big cheese on the grill. Extra trash in the can. But for some reason, this Michigan State team has been a small favorite in 2 out of these 3 games. I did get them at plus 122, plus 134, plus 132, plus 140. Yes, I took all 4 of those lines. A few of them twice against Marquette. However, against USC and against K-State, I cannot get this team to flip to the dog. So it looks like I'm taking minus 1.5 at minus 113 on my Michigan State Spartans. My gut is telling me to just my gut is telling me K-State is going to handle business tonight, but the fan in me and the Izzo stan in me. Also, T-Wop, Joe Howe, AJ Holgert, Jaden Atkins. Boy, I just love this Michigan State team. Nothing can talk me off of my ledge. Michigan State riding heavy on my Spartans to get to the Elite 8. In a perfect world, in a golden world, Florida Atlantic and Michigan State will meet for that Elite 8 spot. because I have both of them as very long shots to make the Final Four. Futures betting really has nothing to do with betting. It's more of a, I don't know how to say it. It's a timing thing. Definitely got Michigan State early in the season when they were struggling and before they kind of got in their groove the last month of the season. Took Florida Atlantic a little late. Still got a great number on them. However, tonight, the other early game, I believe this one is on CBS. Michigan State, Kansas State will be on TBS. Give me, I don't know, man. See, I got UConn winning the whole thing. Love UConn. I've said it at least 10 times on this show. UConn 1 through 5 is the most talented team in the nation. I don't think they're the best team in the nation, but I think 1 through 5, they are the most talented team in the nation. And if they just show up, they really don't have to show out, if that makes any sense. So yeah, Arkansas and UConn, man. I wanted to take UConn minus 3.5 all week, and I thought to myself, you'll be able to get them at 2.5 Thursday. You might be able to get them at 3 Thursday. You might be able to get them at 2.5 Thursday. You're listening to Captain By a Hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dies. I'm just playing with you. Breaking down tonight's Sweet 16 matchups. I already told you Michigan State minus 1 and a hook. Talked about that game for a little bit. Arkansas plus 160 is almost like, how can you freaking not? I love UConn. Like I said, I got a feeling all underdogs are going to win this week, man. I got a feeling this is going to be the favorites. I don't know, man. How can you not take Arkansas? Plus money. After what they just did to Illinois and Kansas. Yes, I think UConn is better than Illinois. I would say they're right up there with Kansas. They're a little deeper than Kansas. I just don't know, man. Take a hot dog off the bun and put it in the oven. Arkansas and UConn, man. I'm literally like going back and forth. Been going back and forth on this game for about 5 days. But I'm really going back and forth right now, man. I can't even give you a hunch. I want to go UConn, man. That's what I want to do. But when you're gambling, just betting what you want to bet, probably ignorant. Ignorant? Ignorant? Ignoramus? Pitiful. So, yeah, probably. I don't know what I'm going to do with that game, man, honestly. I will come back to it. You got Florida Atlantic versus Tennessee. I am taking Florida Atlantic plus the 5.5 and the money line, I believe. I do not believe in Tennessee. I've been saying for years to fade Tennessee and Rick Barnes anytime the game gets to anytime you got a big game coming up. So why should I change now? You know? They got Florida Atlantic in the Sweet 16, missing a superstar point guard, their best player, their leader. I don't know where offense is going to come from for this Tennessee team. Give me a Florida Atlantic with the upset of the night. And here's another game I really have no stinking idea about. You got UCLA, you got Gonzaga. This is the same thing. UConn, Arkansas. I want to bet UConn. Love UConn. Feel like the right bet is Arkansas. I love UCLA. The mighty, mighty Bruins. Mick Cronin, Tiger Campbell, Jaime Jaquez Jr. Love them. Love them to death. Okay, man? I just love them, man. I will put them on a plate, man. I eat it every night. They're taking on Gonzaga, baby. Drew Timme, the legend, the icon. Now, I kind of joke about how great Drew Timme is just because he's white. I mean, he is white. Look at him. One of them old Sidney Brady looking. Nah, I'm playing. Y'all don't know nothing about that movie. I really have no idea. Gonzaga, UCLA, Arkansas, UConn, going to be two of the best games in tournament history. Yes, I am overreacting and calling it early. Calling it like I see it. So that leaves the plays for today as Michigan State -1.5. Florida Atlantic +5.5, and Florida Atlantic +195. See, now my gut's telling me Tennessee about to win by 20. This might be the hardest day I've ever had to handicap. This might be the hardest day I've ever had to call. If it wasn't a Sweet 16, I would literally just overlook these games. I wouldn't force a bet on them. But because it is the Sweet 16 and there are only 4 games today, 4 games tomorrow, 2 Saturday, 2 Sunday, 2 next Saturday, and 1 the following Monday. You have 3 NIT games left. 8, 3, 4. That's 15 plus 3. There's only 18 college basketball games left. I feel like I gotta force the action at some point around this time. Tomorrow, man, just to touch on it real quick, I would definitely have I will break those games down tomorrow as I did today. I'm still going to do a little breaking down on these games today. I got to make a mind up on UConn or Arkansas before I go off of air. Hopefully. If not, I'll just be putting a bet in at 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Tomorrow, my bad. You got San Diego State, Alabama as the first game. I will be on San Diego State +7.5 and +275. Might even take that over 137. Make it a clean sweep 3-0 on that game. I believe in that game heavily. It's crazy that San Diego State over Alabama is the one game that I'm like, yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Every other game, I'm like, who you got? No, I'll ride with you. Who? You? Put it in. Miami +7 versus Houston. I will be on that as well. I love Alabama and Houston, man, but you give me 7.5 with what I think are quality, good teams that I've been rocking with all season. I think these numbers should be more around the 4 or 5 range. 7.5, that 2.5 extra points gives me a little more confidence in these games. I think San Diego State wins outright. I think Miami covers. I think Houston pulls out a 2 to 3 point victory. I like how they've been managing the minutes of Marcus Sasser. From what I've seen, he's coming in around the under the 4-minute mark of the first half, playing most of the second half. So he's giving you about 20 minutes total, about a half of basketball, and he's producing while he's doing it. Tomorrow is Underdog City. Give me Princeton, man. +10.5. Also, give me Princeton +400. 100. These are the type of games that kind of make me chuckle. You think Creighton's that much better than Arizona? Seriously. You think Creighton is Mizzou, I'll give Creighton. I'll give Creighton over Mizzou. But Arizona, pretty much the same spread. I think Arizona was laying 14, Creighton's laying 11. I don't know, man. Princeton's going to the Elite Eight, baby. Give me Princeton on the money line. Like I said, I'll take the plus 10.5 for some insurance. I definitely don't think Creighton can blow anybody out, even if they win. Alrighty. I think this is the line that people call it so many different things, but at the end of the day, all this is the books protecting themselves from an onslaught of wannabe sharps. If they open this line correctly, which I believe the line should be about 3.5, 4.5, Princeton, Creighton. I think the whole entire world would be on Creighton minus 3.5, 4. So you got to find that middle number. That middle number that'll still have people like, oh, 10.5, you say? I'll give Creighton a run for its money. Or you entice people to take Princeton plus 10.5. Even money. That's all the book's trying to do. Once y'all realize that, things will appear more clearly than ever. And then you have Xavier in Texas, man. I love Texas. I love Xavier. That's my effing problem. In the words of Titty Boy. Titty Boy. Titty Boy. Tell Chris, gonna let you go. Xavier plus 4 with Texas is also a lean. I will give my official plays for tomorrow, mañana. But I'm leaning all dogs tomorrow. Tonight, give you my official picks, even though I kind of did already. I'm going to start the night off hot. Smoking. Give me Michigan State minus 1 and a hook. Arkansas, UConn, I still do not have a valid answer for you. I think I'm just going to go UConn and regret it. Because it looks like it's going to move to 4.5 before I move back to 3.5. All week, I've been telling myself, just take the UConn 3.5. You like UConn. But then I don't know, man. I talked myself into this fable that the public of America will be on Arkansas after beating Kansas. And everybody jokes about how easy UConn's road was up to this point. I mean, Iona and St. Mary's. 2 respected programs, but nowhere near the class of Illinois and Kansas. Just as far as 2 games to get here. Arkansas, UConn, man. Damn it. I want to root for UConn. But I think I'm about to bet Arkansas, man. Arkansas plus 4. Oh, man. It's going to kill me watching this game. Because I got UConn winning the whole thing. Want UConn to win the whole thing. Rooting for UConn to win the whole thing. And then you get a number like plus 4 on Arkansas. I really want to just take UConn, man. Even with all the jazz, I could see UConn just turning on the Jets. UConn's like 3 different teams, so Arkansas is like 2 different teams. Arkansas either come out and get blown out by 30, come out and win by 30. UConn, on the other hand, they can come out and lose by 4. They can come out and win by 2. Or they can come out and win by 30. I don't think they get blown out in any circumstance in tonight's game. I think if they do lose, it's a close one. 3-point game, 2-point game. I don't know, man. It's hard for me not to take this +4, to be honest with you, on Arkansas. But I want the -4 on UConn. Like, what's the chance UConn covers this game? Like, realistically, off the top of my head, if they played this game 100 times, I think UConn wins by 5 or more. Whew, I don't think it's a high number. I think they win this game by 5 or more, around 30, less than 30 times. So you're talking about a 30% chance. I didn't do any real numbers. I mean, this is like about as good as the number you're going to get. The number I got is like 3.3 UConn's way. So I was waiting for that 3.5 to drop to 3. At least I would feel like I got the best value or the most value I could get. But now that it jumped to 4, and this is where it's like, why are you arguing with yourself? The line says Arkansas. Bet Arkansas. This is this time of year, man. It's like you want to bet your favorite teams and not the best bet. I get it. You're a literal dumbass. I get it. I've talked myself in and out of both of these teams, literally live on air over the last 5 minutes. I'm just going to have to wait, shake, and bake. Give me Michigan State -1 and a hook, Arkansas, UConn. I wanted to make a decision on air, but probably bet that game at literally 5:45. Hopefully, I get UConn -3. If it's Arkansas at 4 or more, I hate to say it, I'm going to be pig suing it up. Yeah. Also, I like the idea of SEC teams, since I'm from the side, kind of running up in this Final Four, 3 deep. UCLA, Gonzaga. I told you I'm on Florida Atlantic +5.5. I'm on Florida Atlantic money line. Gonzaga, UCLA, I could lie to you and make a decision. This one's even tougher than the UConn Arkansas. A lot more variables to throw into this one. One of the best teams in the country, 2 of the best teams in the country, a 2-3 and a 3 seed. 2 of the best coaches in the country. You have a defensive juggernaut versus an offensive juggernaut. Usually, history says bet with the defense, which is why I'm all over UCLA in my head. Now, as a fan, I want Gonzaga to win. And not like by a lot. I love Mick Cronin. I love UCLA. I don't know, man. Drew Timme has enamored me over the last 3-4 seasons. Where are they at? They would take what UConn? What Arkansas? I think whoever wins this game wins the next one. I'll play like this. I think Zaga beats Arkansas, losing to UConn. I think UCLA beats both. So now I'm back on UConn. I don't know, man. I guess this is why they call it madness. The 3 bets that I'm on for sure today: Michigan State -1 and a hook, Florida Atlantic +5.5, and Florida Atlantic +195. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for the love. Thank y'all for the support. Please take all wagers at your own risk, and please, gamble responsibly. Dobbs.